Alright, how is everybody doing? Here is a game that I've been waiting for to come out for quite some time. Been watching people review it and talk about it and show it, and finally get a chance to play this. Farthest Frontiers, a typical city builder, but the big portion of it is survival, and it has been very unforgiving. Food is a big part of the game. Really must pay attention to what you're doing. So when we come up and we select a new settlement, Pioneer, as you can see right here, your starting resources are up there, your hunting and wildlife is up there, and then hostile forces are down, and healthcare advisories are down. And of course, as you move along, trailblazers, 1+ on all of those, and a minus on those, and then the Vanquisher, it switches around the other way. Your map sizes, small, medium, and large. I would like the large. You can do a random map, or you can go ahead and pick how you want to start out. I'm going to do the lowland lakes, just because it has a lot of good stuff to start off with. So you're not having to forage further and further into the distance on what is out there.
In the old world, there was no hope of it ever improving. When our crops failed, the ruling class would still collect the same share, leaving our children to...
Alright, let's get this thing. One thing that I noticed, maybe it's my computer, it does take a long time to load, and I have a pretty brand new computer, so I'm not sure if it's just a lot of info in the game that's trying to load up all at once, or I just have a slow computer. Who knows? But yeah, anyway, you want to make sure you, what I've noticed, I've played 3 different maps now, and food. That is the biggest problem. You're always getting food. Always an alert. Always. So, yeah, you start building a bigger population. Of course, with that becomes more and more food. So, and of course, you always want to be out there. You got to collect firewood for the winters to keep everybody warm. You got to collect all the food, keep everybody fed. And that's your big thing, is food, firewood, of course, shelter. Water is a big one. Seems to be fires every once in a while. You get a thunderstorm in the summer, seems to always strike one of your buildings and it sets that on fire. So that's something that you need to be aware of, is make sure water sources are nearby. And a good thing for water sources is fishing. And you get a lot of stuff nearby. The one thing that I'm doing is I'm not going to go ahead and edit out a lot of stuff. A lot of guys that I know edit this, or that I've watched, they'll edit this and get down just to the nitty gritty. We're just going to do 1 year, and we're going to go ahead and just run it in real time. But of course, I'm going to speed it up a little bit, because 1 year at +1, it'd take about 45 minutes. So we'll speed it up here a little bit. So first thing you're going to get is you got to build your little town center. And one thing you need to look at is you get your water sources. Willow is always going to be a big one for making clothes. Food, here's a deer source, deer sighted nearby, so there's probably some deer running around here. Yep, there they all are, a whole bunch of them in those trees right there. Got to have a lot of trees, got to have a lot of rock. We don't need coal right now. Here's bird's nests, get some food out of them. Greens, you have to have a lot of that for going and picking. So here's, trees, but you always want to be near a water source, because that's your big course for getting food. And then fertility. We can see here, this is a big fertile area right here that's bright green. I'm a little red-green colorblind, so for me, that just screams a different color. And then, let's see what else is down here. Then you have your big mountains. Some of your predators come out of there. Wolves, bears. They could be a little hard to deal with at the beginning. And then you have a lot of your ores. So let's get some iron. That looks like iron. Iron. You'll end up having gold, iron. I don't see any sand anywhere. You'll have sand here. Here's your green patch. Not a lot of trees around, but it's near the water. That's a good deal. And this one has got a lot of lake in it. A lot of water. So we'll probably just go ahead and stick right over here. That looks pretty good. I'm looking right here. Close to the trees. We've got some rocks. Fertile lands nearby. That's pretty good. So when you go ahead and you lay your city center down, I'm going to confirm, yep, that's my spot. And magically everybody will appear here. And we will start getting busy creating our center. Our storage is kept in a cart for now. As you can see, everything's in here. We've got some food, some raw materials. We have a bow, some arrows, some tools. Got some weapons in there. No logs or anything like that. One thing with this builder is everybody does everything. There's no specialized people. There's no foresters. There's no rock cutters. There's no fishermen. When you build it, that's what they do. So we'll go ahead and speed that up, get it going. So one thing you can do is you can just click on it. It tells you your yield. If we're going to go 2, and everybody will go over there and hack that tree down. Most everybody, or the required amount, and they'll pull that. And here's another one. Here's a maple tree, 9 yield. That's pretty big. So we'll get those guys over there. I'll get this building made quickly. And there was the lightning strike there. That's what you need your water for. It can be pretty tough. Let's see here. Here's some rock. Tell them, go harvest that rock. Let's see what else. Desirability. That will become a big issue later on as you start to build, as in other city builders. You have commercial and industrial, and then your regular housing. You don't want to be building your industrial sites right next to or right next door to your housing, because like a smokehouse and a compost pile are not something that everybody would want to live by. So that was just a harvest. It tells you how to harvest things quickly. So you just hit your H key and you can click on what you want to harvest. You just check those boxes and just do the good old left click and drag, and everything inside your box, it's going to harvest all those things, and it highlights everything it's going to harvest. So we can see, looks like a bunch of trees. I don't see any stone hiding in there, but everybody's doing this. So you see everybody's at it. So until you build a facility, be it either the wood choppers, that'll be a big thing here. Click on your building menu. We have amenities and services. None of that'll pop up until we get our town center built. And oops. And then housing. We'll need that soon. Some storage. Food production we can go ahead and do right off the bat. Hunter's cabin. Got some nearby animals. I didn't see anybody. That just struck a tree by. That's one thing it does not do, is it does not set your forest on fire. I don't see any little animal icons yet. Sometimes they pop up later as you start. Oh, there's some right there. So we got some deer nearby. There we go. There's all the deer. Usually about 5 or 6. So We'll go ahead and put a hunter's cabin in just a little ways out. Not too far. I don't like to have all the people traveling too far. So they'll go and they start to come over here, and they are coming over to build this. Got 2 out of 3, and it needs 10 logs to build, so we've already got 6 on hand. So they'll come over, and once this gets built by 10, and they go like crazy, and there we go. And then somebody will be assigned right there. This person is assigned to the cabin, and they become a hunter. One thing you can do is we have right up here, retarget your building work radius. So right now here's its work radius. So we want this hunter to travel more in this area. So we go ahead and there we go, click it right there, and it moves over there, and it tells you what meat. It's going to get hides, it's going to get the tallow. We can build soap with that, and it requires a carcass. A bear or boar carcass will get us these. I haven't seen a boar yet, so we'll get boar and deer. This is what this one's looking like. So now we have our city center is built. Let's turn off the desirability. This was fertility, F, and for some reason desirability is G, and then I is water. And as you can see, all the little blue areas are good spots for water. So we'll probably go ahead and get us water built and some shelter. Housing, shelter. Just going to build them right next to here. Keep everybody close by. So this little, for me, because I have a little bit of color issues, I know this changes a darker or different color. I'm assuming that's a red and this is a green, because as soon as you pull this over it says, hey, we can build that there. And we got the green arrow saying this is which direction that house faces. And when you want to build a road later on, you can go ahead and throw that in there so everybody will be able to go and travel against that road. So here's the problem. This building has no firewood, and when these are built, these will have no firewood also. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build my construction facilities or commercial facilities on one side of town, the town center. I'm going to drag a road through here, get that going pretty quickly, and they'll go ahead and clear all the stuff out of that road, all the little twigs and rocks and stuff. You see them go ahead here and clear all that out, and then they'll go ahead, everybody's cutting down that tree. There we go, we'll cut these trees down, and nobody has any firewood. This has no water. We want water nearby. Oh, we have some people that want to go ahead and immigrate into our settlement, but it says we need 4 months supply of food and 6 houses. So we have 3 houses, so we'll need some more of those, and we'll have to get some more food. So let's go ahead and look at that food problem. Food production. We already have a hunter's cabin, so we'll put a forager's shack down. Same thing, arrow is there. There we go. Get everybody, maybe get it off of that bird's nest so we don't wipe that out. And let's put a water, what was that under? Amenities? Nope. There's a graveyard. We'll need that probably not until probably the 2nd year. Resources, I think that's it. Yep, there it is. So we'll put water. There it is, good green square. 5 wood and 5 stone. And up here we show we have 52 stone and 92 wood. Alright, here's our bar. Winter, spring, summer. We're starting to get into the winter. So we're just going to put that building right there, so we can start chopping some firewood. So one thing that does happen that I noticed is as it begins to get cold and it starts to snow, here it comes, in this little area through here, people go inside and don't come out. Well, maybe we'll get somebody to die from exposure. That would be bad, but right now storage is full. So good, we have a bunch of food. So there we have 9 months, 13 months of storage. And, oh, alright, cool. 4 villagers have died of exposure. 5 villagers have died of exposure. They're all popping up there. 8. Oh, goodness, we have 3 left. 2 left. Are we going to make it through the winter? Probably. Firewood is low. Well, we don't have any firewood, so yes, of course it's low. So, looks like we're going to have to build us a cemetery right off the bat, which is fine. I'll show you how south this place can quickly go. And then we now have the possibility of being attacked by wolves. There we go, we have a cemetery. It's going to take bring out your dead. 112 man hours or resources to build this. And we have our, well, we got 2 people left. And this is usually what happens in the wintertime. It gets real quiet. Not a lot goes on. And there we go. Slowly switch over to spring. So we do have some food. This is how much it's going to spoil. We will lose in the next 12 months. We'll lose almost all of it. Because we need to build a... Unfortunately, we might not make it, but that's fine. We can always go back later. Let's see, is it under... Nope. That's one thing about this is... Me personally, I always forget where everything's stored. Defenses, walls, and roads. Walls will be good later on. Build small plazas down this road right here to, let's see, desirability again. So see 7%, 8%, 6%. We want to get that desirability up quite a bit, because when we want to go ahead and make this town center, we want it to move up. We need 8 shelter. We have 3 of those. We need a market, and we need our population up. But the next round, we need the houses or our shelters to move up to homesteads, and they have to be big. There we go. This person is chopping wood, and that place looks like both of them are in there. Yep. All right. This guy, I don't think we could edit their name. I don't think so. That's too bad. Well, maybe we can. Let's back that up. We can. I'm going to change it to Biffa. Maybe Biffa will die a horrible death, because I do like a lot of his content. So we'll watch him. Biffa is currently a builder. He's seeking shelter, age 47, and he has no education, but he has no ailments, which is good. So he's going to go ahead and go over there and work on our cemetery. I'll keep an eye on Biffa. Maybe we can have him get eaten by a wolf or something like that. That'd be kind of fun. And there we go. He built on that. Scooped up some firewood. Magically, 2 more people appeared. So now we have 3 people appeared. We now have... I wonder where they came from. I have 5. Maybe they raised from the dead. And there we go. There's our cemetery. They're going to go scoop up the dead. And... bring everybody in. No, there we go. There's a little grave headstone there. And there we go. 3 new villagers immigrated, yes. Something had to happen. A new villager is born. Wow, in this mess. Looks like we have some rats. Yes, we do. One thing that later on we need to get our hunter going. Pending heat wave. That will be bad when you're starting to grow crops. Anything that's not heat tolerant will probably die from that. And as you saw from there, you get Every once in a while you get that little red person above there saying there's nobody there. You click on that plus and it'll assign you somebody. So right now we have some good food going. We have a rat problem, which means they will eat the food, which is always not good. And I was looking for a, not in defenses, it should be in resources. Food production, no. Fishing shack, oh yeah, let's find the, so our nearest water is either up there or right here. That's good. As you see, little blue little guys pop up here, shows you where your guy will fish from. And remember, we can move that where they're going to fish from, so we can get our fishing shack a little closer towards town. Point that arrow towards town so we don't have to build a longer road. And we'll go ahead and they'll build that. Alright, and our fertility, I believe, was, yep, so we'll build some, there we go, crop field. Make it pretty small, make it close by. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 5. Very small. It takes a long time to build this. Somebody's got to bring and clear all the obstructions, dig it all up. It'll probably take just about two years to do it. So I believe we're now into year 2. Yep, into year 2. Not a lot has happened. Well, of course, we had several people by. Maybe we'll just go ahead and run this out a little bit further. Show you what's going on. 73 wood, 50 stone, and we have 95 firewood. So everybody should, we got 3 months worth of food in storage, and I'll say that we will lose that 3 months worth of food. I don't remember. Stockyard. Oh, there's our root cellar. So let's go ahead and build that stockyard so we can store all our stuff in it. We'll get all that done up. That'll become our storage, and they'll slowly start to move that storage. As a matter of fact, we can show you, we can help it out. You just unclick this little box right here, and the materials will get out of our little cart. We're just about 50% full, and there is our storage. So we'll go ahead and let's empty the firewood and our raw materials out of there. I'll take that out of there. And there they go. They're starting to stock everything up in the stockyard. And then we'll build our root cellar. Oops. One thing about switching, doing different games, is just the mouse is different, which is sometimes irritating. Why can't they just all be the same? Alright, go ahead and build our root cellar right next to our gatherers. So they'll go ahead and bring everything to that. I don't think I even have a gatherer yet. Oh, we got forage shack right there. Let's move these guys. So as you move your circle around down here, you can see foraging sources. We have good berries and eggs. Move it over here. Greens and berries, eggs, and greens. So we can move them around anywhere we want. We can get more. There we go. Willow. We get 4 items right there. There's 5. That's fantastic. So we'll have them forage in this area. And off they go. Nobody's there. I don't know if we have enough people yet. Let's see. We do not. That is not good. So let's go ahead, and we needed 6 houses. We got 3. Let's add. Oh, we got a new villager. That might be the person that we need. Let's build those 3 more houses. And I like my nice straight roads. Easier to maintain and watch and see what the heck's going on. One thing you can do is you can move your buildings, which is pretty cool right here. Relocate building to new location. I think it's a little off of where we were at. So let's go ahead and spin it around a little ways, and I'll show you what it does. All it's going to do is, see, we're going to take this house down, this building down, and they'll pick it up and they'll move it over here. All the stuff that was inside of it will move along with it, so you're not losing anything. All the items in your storage are still there, which is fantastic. And as you move along, you might want to start moving stuff around as your city or your little town here gets bigger. Well, we have enough firewood. We have enough food. Doesn't look like we're going to have the mass die off the first winter. We won't have to rename this Jamestown, I'm sorry. We'll lose everybody the first winter. And there we go. Got all our houses are here. We don't have quite enough food. One more thing of food, baby. Let's see if we can get this food going. Get this picker. There we go. Then we'll go out. They will pick. There they are, highlighted in yellow. They will go out and pick some food for us. See if we can get some immigrants. Some wolves. Usually in the winter, the wolves pop up. We have 24 houses total. We have 10 people. So we do have enough for the 7 that want to come in. Oh, no fishing range. Didn't notice it was done. And we see that our hunter has just shot one of the deer right there. Collecting that up. So let's move this building down there. Or this area down there, and you can see all the little dots pop up. This is the fishing area that they will go to. I like to keep it kind of close so they don't have to travel quite as far. We want them to get that food up there quickly. I'll probably move a road from there. From our little fishing hut. Up that road's going to curve just a tiny bit. Oh no, it did not. You can make curved roads in this, which is kind of fun, but call me the stickler of the old games. You know, nice straight roads, all that stuff. I do like that. No fire from that lightning strike. Of course, some of the buildings just invite catching on fire as you move further and further into. Well, let's go. Hope we can get these people to immigrate. We have 5. We have 6 houses. It's showed there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 6. Build another one. Rotate that around. But the bad thing I said is it takes a while. These guys are still working. 936 man hours or resources. That's 12, so it takes quite a while to get the farm built. We got some houses I already got going on that one. We have plenty of wood, plenty of firewood. Food is at 5. Of course, that will all fall apart in 5. Root cellar. Oh yes, one thing. Barrels, which you'll have to get later on. You need to either buy the iron, make barrels, and every barrel that you get 5% spoilage reduction. So that becomes a big issue later on, as you will start to lose more and more things to spoilage. Of course, you'll have rats will come in there. Get some more people coming in. We got 11 now, and another heat wave. Trying to get some things cleared out there. I don't know why they dropped their fish thing there, but they did. Let's see here. What other resources? What we got here? A saw pit. We'll make planks. That'll be important soon. A tannery, so you can make clothing. A cobble shop, you can make your shoes. We want people not walking around in bare feet in the snow. And then this one shows that you is required for the saw pit to do that. Oh, and there we go. 6 people have arrived in the village, and we'll go ahead and accept them. Good. It's good because now we have more people to go do stuff, but the bad thing is now we have to feed them. Cobbler shop, Fletcher, so you can build some bows and arrows. A basket so that your people can carry more, but now you see we have to have a foragers, a storehouse, and a saw pit. And then the compost yard, because pretty soon we're going to get waste. And unfortunately with the waste, you don't clear out the waste, people start to get sick. And when they get sick, they spread it around and everybody dies. And of course, some of those games out there now just don't really take into consideration those things. Let's see. Our villagers, 9 people. One is a firewood splitter. We don't have all the basic requirements for that. Let's see, where did Mr. Biffa go? Has he died yet? I don't know where he is now. He could have passed away. Fortunately, I don't think we could read the names on there. The headstones just tells us how many died. 6, so he could have been in that group. Poor Biffa. There was no wolves attacks. Well, let's slow him down. He could be a fisherman. Old, crusty old guy like that is probably a fisherman. There he is right there. Nope. No bummer. Oh, another villager is born. That's good. In our houses, nope, not in that house. Yep. So it's a nice thing. First they tell you, hey, this is what you need to do. So we need to get a marketplace built so we can go ahead and start collecting. Nobody is in this house. There's people in there. Oh, we got 3 in this one. That's pretty good. Yeah, we're just gonna roll through the houses real quick. Let's see if there's our Biffa. Biffa has a coat on. Where did he get that? He probably stole it. You know how that guy is. He's 48. He's a laborer chopping trees. Dangerous job. Maybe one will fall over and kill him. That would be fantastic. So as we move along, we're still at 360. It's going to take a little bit longer to go. We're straight here, smack in the middle of autumn. See, the trees have changed. We're still collecting. We should still be collecting trees. Yep, we still have just this little group left of trees. With them, and then we'll probably harvest this area out. Let's go ahead and get that rock. Oh, we have plenty right now for what we're going to do. And a marketplace will definitely bring in, let's see if it's under not amenities. That's my problem, is I forget where everything is at. I think it'd be under resources, could be under storage, storehouse. We do need a storehouse. So one thing, when you look on here, it says a storehouse, we have this little negative next to desirability. Nobody wants that nearby. Not a positive or not a negative. And then of course you go down here to decorations, you look at this. One little arrow up, one little arrow up on all of those. So you can tell, there we go, a large park, 2 arrows on the positivity. So that's when we get, let's see if it'll show us here. Yes, it does. So we need 8 shelter. Oh, we're almost there. 30 people. 18. Well, as we get ready to head into winter, not quite built yet. Construction will be halted, and I don't think we're going to make it. Nope, we're not going to make it. Well, maybe we'll go ahead and let that run up. We'll let it run through the winter. Maybe Biffa will freeze to death. In this one, I should put a city planner. Yeah, let's find one of those guys. Biffa's house. There we go. We'll make it... Well, there we go. That's even better. The little girl. City planner. Somebody else that I watch. Oops. City planner. Like to watch his channel also. And maybe he will die a horrible death also. But here it comes. Winter come along. People are starting to slow down a little bit. Of course, food isn't grown. I don't know why that fish is still sitting out there. We can see that the deer kind of spread out. We got 6 deer. And they will become a problem. They could start working their way up here. I don't see any... Nope. Don't see any deer icon. Or animal icons. Because they will come in and try to eat all your food. So that's when... where... your walls and roads, you go ahead and build a nice little fence. Keeps predators and animals away from crops, so that's always good. Of course, then you can build a nice wall, then you build a gate in there, and then further on you get palisades in your gates. You can build a cobbled road, which is a little nicer, and then fortified walls and fortified gate. I have not gone up that hard. Now we have 7 deer over there. Personally, I haven't got that far on either of my two other games that I'm running, just to see what they look like. Trying to try different maps to see which one I like better. Year 4, quickly. It moves pretty quick. We've got 168. Let's see if we can get some more workers over here. Well, all the workers are there. 5 of 5. This little area will probably only become a 1 farmer will be there. And that's fine. Not a big deal. But we'll let this pop up. Show you what it is, what it looks like. And then we will probably... Food storage low. You might as well get used to seeing that because it's always going to be there. Seems like it's always there. A couple other little things across the top. We can see firewood, planks, clay. You'll have to dig that out later. You'll have to make bricks. And there's your gold, how much gold you're making. And then we have automatic building upgrades. You can have it do it automatically or not. And then there's your settings. All the information in there into that settings panel. This pops up every once in a while, tells you what goes on with your camera. You can rotate it, or your pause, your overlays, your game speed, and your widgets. I don't think I've ever used any widgets yet. No. There we go. This is what we wanted. This is what we're waiting for. So click to add crops. It says we have a weed level is really high, fertility is pretty high, rockiness is not too bad, and we can go ahead and get that cleared out a little bit more. First thing, the first year I've done maintenance. We'll drag it over. If it's in maintenance, I'll do it again. There we go, maintenance. They'll go ahead and clean everything out, weed the field, do all that stuff it needs to do. And clover is a thing that will bring up the fertility of the field, so try to run the maintenance in a couple of clover the first year or so that you're going to do this, and then as you get the ability to build a compost, you'll have to make sure you're adding compost to that. But then you can go ahead and look. Heat tolerance is pretty good with peas and your turnips. Frost tolerance and heat tolerance is the good ones there. Peas, frost tolerance, and then carrots, frost tolerance. So you're going to just want to go ahead and make, I'm just going to do, has frost tolerance, so I put it in earlier in the year, not very heat tolerant. And these guys are heat tolerant, not frost, so I'll do that. And then that last year, go ahead and click on that last year, that last 3rd year rotation. Going to put some clover in there and then do some more maintenance. Go ahead and see if we can get that weed level, because you're losing your weeds. You're losing your crops spaces because of those weeds. And we'll go ahead. Shows here's our estimated yield for those. There we go. See, this is just because we're losing out to weeds. Probably the same thing here. Yeah, we're losing out a lot just because of the weed level. So we'll go ahead and run some maintenance on this. You can see it's just full of weeds. So we'll do some maintenance on that. The guy will clear that out for us. Everybody will go ahead and good hot temperatures, light breeze. Always have food. Seems like it's always there. Can't ever seem to get rid of it. That is a big thing. Food. Firewood. And water. It doesn't seem like it's going to become a big deal. Oh, got another deer. Good job. So, moving on in. Let's see. The deer icon was up there pretty high. 6. So, must have been at 7. So, we don't have any crops that they can go after right now. So, that's a good thing. So, with that, we'll just see how our people are doing. They changed their name. Or they moved him someplace else. Biffa is now 49 labor. He is wandering and unable to work. That sounds like what Biffa would be. Wandering and can't work. Well, let's give Biffa some rocks to break. That sounds like a good job for him to do. And off they go. You can see him out there breaking those rocks. Good thing, another cool thing about this game, before we step out, is the camera. It's just spectacular. Everything up there in the way foreground is all out of focus, and the near foreground is in focus. You can see it's a little breezy day. They've got all their stuffs in their houses, housing stuff that they need. All the little animals making noises in the background. Stupid rats are still here. We're going to have to get them later. We'll do that in our next. Let's see. Yeah, materials. Loading up good on the materials. And we got somebody chopping wood. And soon or later on, we can probably go ahead. There we go. Chopping wood. Get 2 people. Clear, make them more firewood. So, with that, need a couple more people, 10 more people, but we will go ahead and wait for that on another game. And we'll go ahead. Let's save this guy. Let's put it right there. Magmel is our new town. It's our number 18 villagers, year 3. We've played for 32 minutes. And that's time we saved. There we go. And we're done. And back to the main menu. Alright, thanks for watching. Make sure you click that thumbs up and make sure you like this. Subscribe to it so when I get the next one ready to go, we'll come back and you'll be able to jump right in there and see when it comes on. Alrighty. Thanks for watching.